Hey, ladies and gentlemen, this is Carmine Sabia for Explain America, and President Donald Trump has been betrayed again, this time by a top Republican senator, and I mean top. Before we get started, please make sure you like, comment, share, and subscribe. Those little things really help us out, and they help our channel continue to grow. I've said it from the beginning of President Trump pushing this, quote, big, beautiful bill, end quote, that there's things in there I don't like. There's things in there that are not really conservative. But 80% of the bill, 70 to 80% of the bill, is all good stuff. And you got to take the good with the bad because you don't have super majorities. You have to get the votes of Republicans that are on the fence, Republicans in kind of liberal districts, Republicans in conservative districts. You have to make this work for a variety of people. It can't just be a straight Trump conservative plan. You want that? Get more Republicans in the House. Get more Republicans in the Senate. Then we can pass whatever we want. But until then, we got to make deals. We got to make adjustments. And a lot of times you have these Republican senators, members of the House, Massey is one, who just, it's a my way or the highway approach, and they won't vote for anything. That's the case here with Kentucky Senator Rand Paul. And it seems to be a contingent, really, from the state of Kentucky in the House and the Senate that are just refusing to do anything on this bill. And I think it's a mistake. Trump won Kentucky by a lot. And, more than these people did. And so you really kind of want to appease him. You kind of want to make good. If Trump goes to your state and tries to primary you, he'll probably be successful. And you're trying to stop a key piece of legislation because you think it's not perfect. And so you're getting rid of what's good to keep what's bad because you can't get what's perfect. It doesn't make a lot of sense, does it? If I said to you, well, listen, I can't give you $1 million, but I can give you $700,000, and you currently have $20,000 in the bank, and you say, no, I want $1 million or nothing, and you get nothing, you're left with $20,000. You could have had $700,000. That's the analogy I would use here. That's what Rand Paul is doing. It's wrong and it's dumb, in my opinion. And Senator Kennedy actually spoke about this, and he laid it out matter-of-factly, and the outlook is not really great. I want you guys to take a look at this and let me know what you think in the comments.
Bigger, more beautiful. Mr. Trump says, yes, go ahead. Speaker Johnson says, not too much. How do you read it right now, Senator Kennedy?
We'll end up passing something. I don't know what that something will look like. Senator Johnson makes some good points. We do need to work towards spending less in this bill. I'm not real crazy about the changes that the House made, for example, to the SALT deduction. I will support reducing spending to the point that we run out of votes. I mean, we've got to pass a bill. Some people have a greater appetite for reducing spending. I'm one of them than others. But we'll get it done. If I were Senator Thune, though, I would give us a time limit. This bill's not like wine. It doesn't get better with age. We've got to wrap this up in about the next 60 days, and probably the president will have to get involved. It won't be unanimous on our side. Senator Paul, who I respect, Rand's not going to vote for anything ever. I mean, he's just not. And so you just got to throw that one away.
That raising the deduction for the SALT, state and local tax deduction, that you're not fond of, neither am I, by the by, as you probably know, that is a very expensive proposition. Taking that deduction from $10,000 to $40,000, whatever else bells or whistles are on that thing, that is costing at least $300 billion. That's an awfully big price tag for only a handful of states. And I note, as I'm sure you're well aware of, in the Senate, there are no blue state senators that would particularly benefit from that. So maybe that one is going to be changed. What you think, Senator?
Well, I think it'll be changed. Look, the increasing the SALT deduction, it only helps. It helps New York. It helps Illinois. It helps New Jersey. And all we're doing by increasing the SALT deduction is encouraging those states to just raise taxes and run people off. That's all we're doing. I understand the Congress people who in those states who are on the Republican side of the aisle who needed to get reelected, but they don't need a 3 or 4 times increase in the SALT deduction. They just don't, and I think they'll accept less. They won't be happy, and they may have to fill out a hurt feelings report, but they'll accept something lower.